Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm the fleet engineer for the North, which manages the Stadler fleet. My role as the fleet engineer changes daily, weekly, monthly. Some of the sort of significant points and the main points that I would do and that doesn't change is managing the risk assessments and the engineering change procedures for the Stadler fleet. So anything that changes from the initial design of that train will run through myself and the technical team. People out there might think that being an engineer, or certainly on the railway, is a dirty job underneath the trains or in the trains doing the work. We as a team aren't doing that anymore, so we hold that provision over any sort of tasks or changes to the maintenance plan. We are the ones who would audit those changes or audit that plan or audit tasks that are set, that we have set and currently sort of overview daily. We deal with the performance, we deal with the daily attribution and the performance of the fleet. So the units that are running around in service, if they have any faults or failures, will be reported to us as the technical team. So there's myself, 4 TSEs, so they're technical support engineers, and the technical manager. And we work very, very closely and dealing with those performance incidents daily. I started my career in rail when I came across an Abellio graduate programme following the completion of my degree in Glasgow. We were tasked with going to various placements throughout the 2-year period that you were a graduate. I personally spent 3 to 4 months in the ScotRail Control Centre. I then moved on to Greater Anglia and I worked as an assistant area customer service manager at Cambridge. My final 3-month placement fell within Norwich Crown Point, where I was a project engineer. Being a woman in rail can be challenging but also rewarding. I think certainly being a woman in rail but also in an engineering sector within the railway is probably where the challenging part comes from. Quite often I can be the only female in a room with males who have maybe 20 or 30 years more experience than I do, but obviously that doesn't take away the experience that I do have, or the knowledge and the skill set that I do bring to the table in the senior role that I do hold. I would say that's probably the main challenge. I wouldn't say it affects my job. Everyone I work with, and naturally in the way the culture is just now within the railway and within Greater Anglia, doesn't let that be a challenge. During my career on the railway, I have had barriers. I have had barriers for sort of personal reasons for myself. Imposter syndrome is a massive thing. I think anybody experiences that, but I think certainly you do get a little bit more of it in an engineering field, because you naturally don't believe in yourself a little bit, because you don't think that you should be the one in the room making that vital decision or that important decision that's a significant thing, or you don't trust the knowledge that you've got when you should. There's a support network here to kind of work you through that mindset and get you away from that negative sort of thoughts or beliefs that you can't do the role, or you shouldn't be in the role, because you have every right to be in that role if you've successfully got there. I do have that bond with the guys in the team. We speak daily and we support each other through everything, both personally and work related, which I think is a good thing. Like it's a really nice thing to have. Like they're like dads and brothers to me. So that's a really good thing. Anybody out there really who wants a role or would like to do a role in the railway or in engineering, I say go for it and do it. Research, there's lots of STEM programs out there that can help you, and I like going out to schools, I like going out to high schools and speaking with the younger generation. I have 2 little girls myself, and I like to hope that I'm making them proud by being in a role that historically has been known as a male dominated role. If you've got the right mindset and the right behaviours, you can do anything, and it's something that I will tell my children. It's something I would tell anyone around me, whether they were older, younger, female, male, any sex. I would tell them the exact same thing, is that if you believe in yourself, you can do it.